Now the other way to plot multiple things is to plot multiple graphs in the same window. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the screen, and I'm going to just do this with the command, with the command line, and we're going to define 4 plots, and we're going to use this command called subplot, which makes multiple plots in the same window. Okay, and it divides the figure window into an array, which is defined in the command. Okay, of rows and columns, and you can place a different plot in each tile of the array, in a sense. So we're going to plot 4 functions in a single window. We're going to plot y equals x, y equals x squared, y equals x cubed, and y equals x to the power of 4. Okay, and we're going to make the code. So I'm going to define x to be -5. We'll do 0.01 this time and 5. Okay, so that's going to define x. X is now in the thing. We've got y1. We're going to make that equal x. Okay, y2. We'll make that x dot squared. Okay. y3, we'll call that, y3, we'll call that x cubed, okay, and then we're going to y4, which we're going to call x dot to the power of 4, okay, so there's our data, okay. So the code in the line defines our x, our independent variable, increments of 0.01, okay, and y1 to y4 are our 4 dependent variables we wish to plot. Okay, so we're going to do this line by line, like I said. So the first thing to do is we actually bring up a figure window just by typing figure. Okay, and that brings up a blank figure window. There it is. Okay, with nothing inside it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the other figure window we've got up just to make it clearer. Okay, so if I type in figure again, we get a blank figure window up. Okay, I'm going to just pop that in the background, and then we're going to do some things. Okay, so now the subplot command normally takes 3 input arguments, okay? The number of rows, the number of columns, and in which position the figure needs to appear, okay? So for example, let's plot these functions above. So I'm going to type subplot, okay? And we're going to go for a 2 by 2, so 2 rows, 2 columns, okay? And I'm going to go for the first plot, okay? So there we go. That's our subplot, okay? And then if I go to my figure window now, you can see there's a empty axis there, and at this point I can then type plot x y1, okay, and I'm going to label, we're going to have x label, we'll call that x, and the y label, we'll call that x, okay, so x versus x, because y equals x, okay, so if I press that return and go back to the figure, you can see we've now got our graph of x versus y1, okay, and I can actually relabel y label here, y1 equals x, just to make it clearer, okay, so there's my first plot, okay. Now in the second position, so again, subplot, so it's 2 by 2, and I want to go in position 2, okay, I'm going to plot x and y2, okay, and I can go through again, x label, x, y label, y2 equals x squared, okay, that's my x label. And if I go back to the plot window, I've now got a second plot, okay, plotting x squared, okay, so there's my x-axis, there's my y2 command that's producing x squared, okay. So let's plot the other one, plot subplot 2.2.3, okay, so that's the third one. And I can actually write stuff on the same line as long as I put the semicolon between them all. So plot x, y3, okay, x label x, and if I run those commands, press return, we should get y3 being positioned here. And we can do the same thing for, I'm just going to rewrite the line here. I'm going to change that to 4, change that to 4, change that to 4. And we run the command and we get the fourth one. Okay, so there we go. Y equals x squared, y equals x cubed, and y equals x to the power of 4. So the figure command produces a new blank figure window. Okay, the subplot defines the rows and columns of your figure window, and then number 1 is choosing the first plot. You then plot what's going to go in number 1. You can label it with X and Y, and then I've done subplot number of rows and columns and the second plot, which is X to Y2. Okay, then done the same thing, rows, columns be the same, plot 3, rows, columns, plot 4, and obviously that's Y3 in number 3 and Y4 in number 4.